right, here's David for the first.
Light gates open, they're racing. National Choice took a backward step at the start. He'll settle in last position. Now, Cadal came out with plenty of purpose and he will lead. This will be the one who many thought might be the pacemaker. Has to settle for second position. And the best back runner, Cunnamulla settles in third. 2 lengths away in fourth, Yeti moves, and after the average getaway, National Choice is last of the 5. They've gone through the first 400 metres, and Cadal bowling along at his leisure, led by nearly 3 lengths from This Will Be the One in second. Cunnamulla is sitting a length back in third position. 1 1/4 away, Yeti moves in fourth, and fifth on the inside was National Choice. So that's how they settle basically after the get-go, and nothing's changed. Pace is fair to reasonable. And as they go to the halfway mark with just over 800 left to run, Cadal in new tactics today is trying to lead all of the way. And he still has that fairly good margin of 2.5. This will be the one in second position. 2 away third, Cunnamulla. Yeti moves, moving up on the outside of Cunnamulla. So the two big guns in the betting racing together as they went by the 600 metres. And National Choice has always been in last position. Up to the turn now, 450 left to run. Can Cadal do it all the way? We'll know soon. He flattens for that long run of the judge in front from This Will Be the One. Cunnamulla being steered away from the inside. Yeti moves making a strong run. So basically Cunnamulla and Yeti moves are going together, making their runs together. They beat off This Will Be the One and then National Choice. Yeti moves on the outside, had a narrow lead. Cunnamulla though, he's in for the stoush and they'll fight it out. Cunnamulla Yeti moves. Cunnamulla now gets a neck clear. Cunnamulla in front and one. Cunnamulla a neck to Yeti moves. Cadal third, National Choice fourth, and This Will Be the One last over the line.
Well, stepping up to 1,600 metres, Cunnamulla has gone home better than Yeti Moves. Yeti Moves, surely he was going to win it with 200 metres to go, but no, Cunnamulla had other ideas. He's rallied and got up and beaten him by around about a half a length. Cadal, obviously the intention was to lead today with the minimum handicap, and he was full of running coming towards the bend, seemingly running along at a nice clip, but he was soon under pressure. The other two clearly had his measure inside the last 200 metres. National Choice made a bit of a mess of the start. That's basically the strength of the race. This will be the one didn't lead, and he's whacked away and finished at the rear. But he's been a beauty ever since he started his career, Cunnamulla. He's been ultra consistent. That's his 5th win at Start 17, and he's been a proper Saturday standard metropolitan horse, and he gets the money here in the hands of Jake Bayliss, trained by Rob Heathcote, getting the money third up from a spell.
All righty, yeah, fantastic for connections of Cunnamulla. Rob Heathcote is here. We're going to have a chat with him and get his thoughts, but he's just quite a little unassuming horse that gets the job done. Good on you, Rob.
Yeah, he does, and that was a stirring little battle up the straight, even a small field, and you get an exciting race like that. But no, well done. I mean, Jake made a decision where he came to the outside of Cadal, and it may have been the winning move. Well done.
Obviously, he seems to go on any type of going as well.
He does, and the fact that he ran that really good race last start, and I think the Smarties must have seen that as well. They got on him and they smashed him late, but it certainly looked his race. Surprisingly, Cadal leading, but, you know, Jake got it right here today. He boo-booed yesterday, but we made up for it today.
Well, you can't be right every day, Rob, and I guess it's...
Well, I am.
Well, you could be in your eyes.
Well done to First Light Racing. I mean, they're one of my stable's biggest supporters for a long time, and I love training winners for them. Absolutely.
And I mean, when you've got a 5-horse field, you never know what anyone's going to do, really, do you?
Well, that's the reason why the leaders, you know, changed their tactics and, nearly pulled it off. But no, well done to Jake.
Good on you, Rob.
Thanks, mate.
All right, there he is, winning trainer Rob Heathcote. Cunnamulla takes out the first. 5 beats 4, 6 and 1. It did look quite soft, I thought. They ran 136.84, home in 36.04. So we'll see how they go over the next few races. The next race is a 1400, so should be comparable. And we'll see what happens then. I'm not sure. Do we have time to stay for jockey here? We do. Okay, so we will probably all day, I would imagine. So... Josh Adams, our chief steward. Josh, what did you think of the track then?
Small field. We definitely thought it was on the worst side of that soft 7, so I'll be interested to see hear the jockey's feedback. But the the time in a small field wasn't amazing. So I think there's rain coming. I think we'll end up in the heavy range. So.
Oh, wow. All right, thanks for that, Josh, even though it wasn't great news. So, Josh, of the opinion the rain's coming. Good on you, Jake.
Yeah, that's right. It looked like it's going to be a sit and sprint on paper. And they end up rolling, quite along generally in a small field, and just set up nicely for him because he can't really sit and sprint. So they just roll on nicely and just come down the middle of the track, which I think we'll start finding ourselves going forward into the day. But he was there to get beat, but he's tough as nails and stuck in it nicely.
Yeah, when he has a reasonably sort of conservative run mid-race, he's very gutsy in a fight, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He's got the wheel to win. His first up run was brilliant and ran on that bottomless track and still stuck on well. But today was his race and he'll go on forward and we should win a couple more.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right.
Favourite jumps from barrier 1. Oh, Lone Artist moved in the centre of the line. Steadies now. Racing. And Lone Artist took a backward step and missed it by a length. Razors actually jumped in front as he went to hold the lead. Velozquez moves up on the outside very steadily. More Love in third. And Run with the Tide is pushing forward as Ben Thompson on Razors. Alexis surrender the front. And Velozquez strolls to the lead. Heading down the back straight, Velozquez in front with the mouth wide open. She's keen to go faster. Run with the Tide moves alongside and Razors ends up in the box seat third. More Love 3/4 away in fourth position. Lone Artist is fifth and 3 wide under a straight, then Prado, and I2 Taki is last of all. 5 lengths top end to tail, travelling by the 800 metres and no pressure on Velozquez. Leads by about a head to Run with the Tide, who's moving up on the outside, but they're not going overly hard. Lone Artist having a tough trip, 3 wide, no cover. More Love the centre, now Razors over on the rail, following Velozquez as they approach the home turn of the last pair, I2 Taki and Prado. Heading for home, Velozquez left the fence, gave Razors an inside run, and he quickly went up to Velozquez and headed it. Then Run with the Tide, followed by Lone Artist. More Love was next, then Prado and I2 Taki. Razors was the leader, travelling down to the 200 metres, has a margin of about 2 lengths over Lone Artist. More Love, Velozquez can do no more. The leader with 150 to go as Razors. Hands and heels by Thompson. More Love is trying hard, but Razors is going strongly. And in the high calibre colours, and a big cheer from the crowd. Razors wins, beats More Love, Prado, Velozquez or I2 Taki for the 4th spot. And the last pair were Lone Artist and Run with the Tide.
Even David could hear the cheers way up in the broadcast box, sky high in the grandstand, and there was a big roar for this fella. I don't know how many people are in the high calibre ownership of Razors, but they've got an instant return. Half a length the margin, wasn't dominant, but good nevertheless. More Love getting that second prize, and then Prado and Velozquez. She really backed it off early, and she sort of resents that a little bit like last time when she won. She wasn't happy being held back a little bit, throwing her head around. But this fellow camped right behind them. Ben, he had the runner-up on his outside at the top of the straight, More Love. He was looking to get out, but there still was a big gap, 3-4 horses off the rails to come through. He presented nice and early in the home straight, and he's kept him going. Hands and heels, the odd tap with the persuader, and the big fella salutes for the first time in 685 days. But as we've spoken about in the lead up to today, a lot of that form has been in stakes races where he's been able to more than measure up. One of his better performances was here last winter in the Guineas when he ran a place. So pretty comfortable victory, Bernie. He ended up going off as the $1.50 favourite officially, and scores by around about a half a length.
Yes, that's right, Maxie. So the new owner's very, very happy. Let's have a chat with winning trainer Jack Bruce, who looks a bit like a Cheshire cat here. And obviously he's a nice horse you bought, with good credentials, particularly good for a Class 3 plate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not great having a $1.40 shot. You hope they win, but he's a really nice horse. He's going to do a good job here, and this was a really good race to kick him off.
I love how Godolphin disclose everything about their horses when they're selling. So why did he have a year off?
Yeah, he had a hind suspensory issue, and I don't think he had the full year off. I think he had like a sort of 4 months, and then they built him up nice and slow. But I think it's the beauty of buying from them is that you know what you're going to get, and you know these are tried horses, right? They've all got problems. It's just nice to know what they are, and we're going to be the beneficiaries of them giving him time. And I suppose that's the beauty of this: when these horses are no longer required by Sheikh Mohammed, they still have a job to play for other people. And if you look today, there's plenty of people here enjoying a good day out, and that's what racing's all about. These sorts of horses can give all these owners a good buzz when they're no longer required previously.
So he's gone from one owner to how many owners?
Oh, there's quite a few. I don't know. I'm not sort of sure I can count. If you look at that image there, there might be about 45 of them. But it's good. That's what it's all about. This is racing at its best. Brings people together. Really lucky to be able to team up with High Caliber Racing and buy this horse. And it's a good mix of people, and I can't wait for his future.
He looks really sweet in the enclosure.
Yeah, he's been a very cool customer, and in a weird way, having had him campaigned up here by Godolphin previously helps. He's run at Eagle Farm before, he's got form at Eagle Farm before, he's fitted into my system quite seamlessly. We haven't done too much with him. He arrived fit and healthy, and it's just been a matter of keeping him ticking over.
Were you slightly worried about a soft 7?
Yeah, a little bit, because he doesn't have no form as in bad form. He just has zero form on wet ground, so that's a risk. But if we're going to do it, we do it in this sort of grade, and we kick him off, get him underway, and the rest can take care of itself.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
All right, I think it doubled last week, another win this week. We'll have a quick chat with our winning jockey now, Ben Thompson, and get his thoughts on this very short price favourite. Josh is going to give him a tap for me. How good is that? All right, let's have a quick chat. Well done.
That was good, Bernie. Obviously really well prepared, and he sort of in well to Jack Bruce's stable. So for Caliber team, an exciting horse to get, and I'm sure for any owner and trainer, you get a lot of confidence taking a horse from, buying a horse from Godolphin. They've got a regal pedigree, and have always been, exceptionally handled. So a nice addition to Queensland racing.
Obviously, you had a pretty conservative run throughout the race, and they're getting off the fence, so you didn't have to go around a horse. Were you expecting a bigger margin?
Not really, no. Because he hasn't hit the front in closer to 2 years and 18 months, I thought if I did hit the front that he might be a bit unfamiliar for him, and that's what happened. He picked up really quickly, but I was on a horse third up, extremely fit, second go at 1400. I'd had a super soft first 900 metres from barrier 1. I thought I'd rather him stargaze being 3 lengths in front than ride him too cute. But it's a good effort, and hopefully it just gives him confidence now to keep winning.
Well done.
Thanks, Bernie.
Now Antonito goes into the outside gate. Field of 10. Red light on. Race 3. Racing. Pivotal Lad, as is his custom, came out ordinarily. Where's Bareska in the second half of the field and being eased. A few going for the front, including Just Precious, Arabian Rose. Antonito now speeding up wider on the course. Keep safe about fourth away as they hit that first bend. Then Boom Shot, Bareska, Try Everything, Bow Witness, Lord Stone out towards the tail. Pivotal Lad. Speed for a 1200 metre race is slow, short of 800 left to run. Arabian Rose holds the front by neck to Antonito. Just Precious, the second favourite, box seating in third. Keep safe fourth the outer. Now Bareska's poised in fifth, travelling 3 wide, about 4 off the lead at the halfway mark. Then Try Everything, Bow Witness, Boom Shop third last of the turn, Lordster second last, and Pivotal Lab will turn in last. Fully homeward bound now, 400 left to run. They shift away from the rail. Antonito laying down the law to Arabian Rose. Just Precious sneaking up inside the pair. Keep Safe almost making a line of 4. Here's Bareska on the outside now, hitting top gear. And near the inside was Boom Shot. Soon afterwards, Just Precious went to the front. Bareska on the outside hasn't got it as yet. Just Precious the leader. 50 to go. Just Precious in front. Bareska, she can't get there. Just Precious too good. Beat Bareska, Boom Shot. Fourth either Keep Safe or Pivotal Lad. Then Antonito, Lordster, Try Everything, Bow Witness and Arabian Rose.
Well, they switched around. Bareska clearly better than Just Precious last start, but today Just Precious clearly better than Bareska. Just Precious coming through nearer the inside, turning into the straight, sort of cutting the corner, comes up the centre of the track, wins by a length from Bareska, who loomed as the most likely winner, but didn't quite go on with it the last little bit. And then we had Boom Shot running on strongly from back in behind, and then Keep Safe. There was a little bit of trouble going around the first turn. Keep Safe was trying to slot in. I think Try Everything might have been checked, and even Bareska might have had a half take hold on her. But anyway, the result is 16 Just Precious, trained by Stuart Kendrick and the team there at the Sunshine Coast, a mare by Justify from a Warfront mare called Fire Opal. She's now a three-time winner and a dual Metropolitan winner, so that's certainly added to her value, and she eventually goes to stud. She's coming along nicely. She was okay first up following a terrific trial. That was on Caloundra Cup Day, and then was good last start running fourth behind Without Parallel. But today she got the breaks, hooves into the ground a little bit. She obviously appreciated that, Bernie, and she was too good for the hot favourite.
She was, Maxie, and I was just looking at that last 600. No wonder they couldn't sort of run past her. That's 34 and a half, pretty much neat. So that's why everybody failed to run past her. Shuey Kendrick joins us for a chat. Well done.
Thanks, Bernie. Yeah, no, it was good to see her bounce back. So we're a little bit disappointed last start, when she got beaten. But, sort of Jake had the plan that sort of all panned out, but they walked in front, and I was a little bit worried she was going to over-race a bit. But he got her to settle, and, she gave a really good kick, so it was good.
Yeah, perhaps she enjoyed that sort of not being in a rush the first half of the race, and she really dashed home.
I think so, and we sort of just put it down to probably second up last time. It was such a big run first up at home on Caloundra Cup Day, and she was just a little bit flat in the run home the other day, so we sort of freshened her back up, and the crew's done a great job. I've been away for a couple of weeks, and
where have you been?
No, we've been overseas, so yeah.
Where?
Croatia, and that. So yeah, so it's been great, and to come back and get a winner first day back is terrific. So they've done a good job, and good for the owners that she's back in the winner's stall.
Indeed. She's always shown good potential.
Yeah, she has. We bought her online very cheap, and, she's a Justify filly, and she's been, as you can see, a big gangly sort of filly. So hopefully she just keeps improving and can win a nice race for us.
I believe Brisbane's Best Greek is involved in her as well.
Yes, he is. I haven't seen him today, but so I'm sure he'll be cheering somewhere.
He will be indeed, Mr. Panklers. Enjoy the win.
Thanks, Benny.
All right, Jake, well, he's on fire today. That's 2 wins on the board already for him. Let's have a chat. Well done. You're a bit cleaner this time.
Yeah, that's right. It's good to capitalise on these nice rides. Low draw helps. It's obviously one that gets to the middle of the track, but they sort of went a bit steady between the middle stages and everything was travelling, so it was hard to sort of nudge off the fence. So luckily they rolled off. We sort of able to cut the corner and just be patient. She changed leads nicely, and she's a very competitive filly.
I mean, that's the way to ride Eagle Farm. Be patient.
That's right. Count to 10.
Count to 10 indeed. There he is, Jake Bayless.
Ready to break in the fourth. There's the red light. Starter picks up the button. All set. Racing. Crafty Eagle and Expectant came out slowly. Free Carry won the starter. Sultry Siren showing early speed. Native King about third away. Now, Johnny de Wolf began neutral. He's wide, but he's pushing forward. Then Calico Jack. Caspanova just over racing in the early stages. And then a few lengths to the two who were slow out. Crafty Eagle on the inside of Expectant. Racing into the first bend, Johnny de Wolf is testing Free Carry, but Free Carry is going to hold the front. Johnny de Wolf has to park on its outside, and they put on a good tempo. Sultry Siren dropped to third following the lead pair. 3 to Native King in fourth, 1 away Calico Jack, 1 Caspanova, and 2 to Crafty Eagle and Expectant, still second last and last. Johnny de Wolf is working. Free Carry retains the inside, but Johnny de Wolf has a length margin at the 600 metres. Sultry Siren 1 away in third, and that trio break away about 3 to Calico Jack and Native King. Now Caspanova starts to work into the race, then Expectant and Crafty Eagle was last. Fully homeward bound, Free Carry was the leader. Johnny de Wolf on the outside is trying harder. Sultry Siren coming up outside the pair, then a few lengths to Caspanova, who's got work to do, but Free Carry is going strongly. Johnny de Wolf, he spent all his money. Then came Caspanova, who can't win, but Free Carry with 100 metres to go is well clear. Sultry Siren for the Quinella. Caspanova up to third, but a great return by Free Carry. Leads all the way and beats home Sultry Siren. Third over the line, Caspanova. Johnny de Wolf, he missed the place. Then Expected, Calico Jack, Crafty Eagle and Native King last.
So number 7, Free Carry, was burnt early by Johnny DeWolf and dropped him off quickly, and then he was all over the place. I think his natural instinct was to go back towards the rail, but Emily was hell-bent on not letting him do that to keep him going straight. Probably 5 or 6 horses off the rails up the running, but the thing very noticeable there was the margins between those horses. There were gaps of 3 lengths, 4 lengths, a further 3, another 3. By gee, they came in at long intervals there behind Free Carry. So we said to Bernie, what you see with this horse is what you get. A forward runner, he often takes a bit of work to get to the lead, get that big frame rolling, and when it does, he can sustain a really strong gallop. Try as she did, as hard as she did, Sultry Siren couldn't bridge the gap. She tries so hard, as you can see there, but being comprehensively held by the winner. And then Casper Nova, who was heavily backed, hooked to the extreme outside in the straight, has whacked away to finish in 3rd placing there. And then Johnny DeWolf, he just couldn't keep that gallop up and has weakened out of it to run 4th. Bernie, but he's been a wonderful money spinner, hasn't he, Free Carry? He's had 15 starts, most of them in town, for 6 wins.
All right, thanks very much, Maxie. Tony Gollan joins us for a chat. And Tony, we were just trusting that you know this horse inside out and you get an A+ again.
Yeah, I think he's an interesting horse, isn't he? Like, he keeps improving prep on prep, and we took him to Toowoomba to win his mile maiden, which, historically that's not where I'd take something that's going to be a Saturday winner in the future. But every prep he comes back, he gets better. He's been a real slow maturing horse. We got him off another yard as a young horse, so you never know how fast he's going. Em's got a really good relationship with him since she's started to ride him. She's built that fantastic rapport with him, and you never know how much you got under the tank till you really push the button on him. You swear you want to put a set of blinkers on him, but he's racing too well the way he is.
He just gets bigger every preparation.
Yeah, I think that's because he has just been a physically mature horse, a young horse. He does really well. I've got a little shout out to Scotty, my farrier, again, actually. This horse, during the week, a couple of issues with him, he just fixed him up beautifully. So, got soft ground today, got a good farrier at home. And
who's the farrier?
Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah, does a great job with him. So he's
beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. Did a great job. So
given he's sort of pretty chunky this time, will you stick at another 1400? Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'll go to a mile. I'll just see what races present for him. But I wouldn't care going to a mile. A mile I do, going to be good.
Beautiful. Good on you, Tone. All right, let's have a chat with Emily now. Well done. He must be one of your faves, this horse.
Yeah, he's a little bit quirky, but he's tough as nails and starting to build a good first up record now.
It didn't seem to worry him, obviously, having that horse to his outside. I mean, it always makes you feel a little bit awkward when you're shaded by another horse, but clearly there was more damage to the other horse than yours.
Yeah, with Johnny DeWolf being the short price favourite, I thought if I could make things a little bit uncomfortable for him, it would pay for me.
I think you did.
Yeah, no, definitely. But he's a tough horse, and it's good to see him put him away again first up.
Well done.
Thanks, Bernie.
Well supported here, the 3. Here's David.
Starter Mr. Lister turns on the red light, picks up the button, and they're racing now. A couple came away slowly. Pico Rocks and Bengal Boy, but the favourite Fio Prospero began well. Bit of the Blarney rolling forward, as is Everlasting Kiss, and not far away Artful Girl. Followed then by, coming right down the outside, was Jungle Jet. He's trying to improve his position, but he's wide early. Followed then by Bengal Boy on the improved to midfield on the inside of Ahariri. A few lengths away then Celestial Fury, Pico Rocks and Pure Deal, as is his custom, settles at the tail end. They drive into the bottom bend, just over 1800 left to Rana, and Bit of the Blarney, the second favourite, takes it up. Jungle Jet about to go to second, Everlasting Kiss in third, and Maloney's got Fio Prospero in the box seat, travelling fourth the rail. 3 wide Artful Girl, no cover, but she pushes on. Then Papal Miss racing outside of Bengal Boy. 2 lengths further afield, Ahariri, 2 to Pico Rocks, a length Celestial Fury, and 3 away Pure Deal, a clear last. Down the back straight to approach the 1400. Fairly keen up front now. Bit of the Blarney was being tested by firstly Jungle Jet and then Artful Girl. The jock on Jungle Jet opts to take hold, and now it's Artful Girl outside of Bit of the Blarney. Well, that trio were having a go at each other. Fio Prospero continues to trail well in fourth on the rail. Everlasting Kiss outside of Bengal Boy, who's right behind Fio Prospero. 2 lengths to Papal Miss, a length Pico Rocks. 1 away was Ahariri, and still margins to Celestial Fury and Pure Deal. They head off the back and move to the side. 900 left to run. Bit of the Blarney is going to try and lead all of the way at the 2,400 metres. A length to spare over Artful Girl in second. Fio Prospero is in third. And favourite backers are on fairly good terms with themselves. Jungle Jet being pushed along, and then came Everlasting Kiss, beginning a 3 and 4 wide run. Bengal Boy Hariri, Papal Miss, Pico Rocks, Pure Deal, and Celestial Fury. The field becomes more compact now. 500 left to run. The leader was Bit of the Blarney, comes to the turn in front. Maloney has nursed Fio Prospero for as long as possible. Now it's time to get busy on him. He comes to the outside, but he gives Bit of the Blarney a tidy start. Bengal Boy up on the inside to third, and wider was Hariri. Bit of the Blarney is now in full flight. Bengal Boy the pursuer. Fio Prospero, his run's ended. Then Hariri, still Bit of the Blarney. Short of 100 metres left to run, but Bengal Boy is cutting down the margin. He's coming strongly. Bengal Boy raced up, hit the lead and moved away. Bengal Boy too good, beat Bit of the Blarney. Celestial Fury third, and Fio Prospero a pretty weak fourth. Then came Pico Rocks Artful Girl, followed by Hariri, who's run peak late. Then Papal Miss, Jungle Jet, Pure Deal, and Everlasting Kiss was last over the line.
So a comfortable win to Bengal Boy after what was a bit of a sluggish start, but managed to follow the favourite Fio Prospero through, and he's finished best to get up and score from Bit of a Blarney, who continues to race well. And Celestial Fury near the rails there, running on strongly at the end. Well, I don't know what happened to Fio Prospero. He's been beaten a country mile there back in fourth after getting the world's best run. And you can see when Ryan Maloney gives him a click up at the top of the straight, you know, there's nothing there, and he didn't have anything at all over the final part. You can see going back to the inside, Celestial Fury up to third, but the bird had clearly flown with Bengal Boy, trained by Chris Lees, ridden by Andrew Mallion, getting a sweet run into the race and turning that form around with those blinkers going on for the first time today. So blinkers on, following a couple of good runs, fourth behind Zoology and fifth in those ordinary conditions last start behind the Irish. So thinking Bernie, he certainly deserved to get that victory today.
Well, he does. He did rather, Maxie, and it was a really good gutsy win, chasing down Bit of the Blarney there to take out this race. Was that? Yeah, that's his third go at this trip, and he had been a winner at it previously. So plenty to like. Let's see if I can talk Vanessa into coming to chat with me. I know she's busy videoing, but do you ride this one work?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I was actually confident last start with him, but it was on that horrible track at Doomben, and he just pulled up with a few niggles and had the chiropractor to him, and today was the horse I expected, so very happy.
Yeah, he looks a nice, sort of neat, sort of compact stayer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He'll stay all day. He's just such a laid-back dude, and Andrew gave him a peach of a ride, so yeah, it was a very good win.
Yeah, and it seems to be a trip that he's really developing a liking for. That's 3 goes, 2 wins now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, just he relaxes. The blinkers on today helped him, I think, at the final stages, but he still relaxed beautifully in the run and got the right runs through, and yeah, was very dominant.
Great job. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, there she is, Vanessa Johnston, on behalf of winning trainer Chris Lees. That is Bengal Boy taking out the 5th race here today. We'll have a chat with Andrew Mallion, Mr. Eagle Farm, as we like to refer to him as. He does ride this track ever so well, and yeah, he's a neat little horse for a stayer, this guy. And that was a great effort. They did run home in 37.42, but it was 2,400 metres, people, and this track is quite testing here today. Maybe not as testing as Newcastle, but it's testing nonetheless. A total of 2 minutes 29.66, and that margin was 1.5 lengths by 2.5 lengths. Disappointing Fio Prospero for sure. Perhaps it was just a little bit too wet for him here today. Not sure, but definitely disappointing. Not so if you're on this done deal gelding. Let's have a chat now with Andrew Mallion. Well done.
Thanks, Bern. He'd been sort of knocking on the door for a win like today, and can't take too much credit. This has been all the hard work from everybody at home. Mel, Mandy, and Vanessa and Chris. You know, just getting on top of this horse's little niggles and onto a big track today. I was fairly confident he was going to run really well.
Yeah, I'm tipping you were confident from the top of the straight. You could just see him weaving into the race beautifully.
Yeah, I had the right horse in front of me, and I was able to just bide my time and let the horse bring me into the race, and he was nice and strong on the line.
Well done.
Thanks, Bern.
Ready to break. There's the light for race 6. 1,000-metre dash. Starter has the button. All set. Racing. They jumped in a really good line. Boom Shanker the first to show out. Foreign Press has got speed. Tinkerbella about third away. Milestone fourth but wide. Just behind that leading division was Studio. Then came Impervious. Mashadi Extreme earned a burn. He's beat for pace back to second last. And Calypso Rocket, the first starter, is last. They go hard up front. Just over 600 left to run. Tinkerbella keeping Boom Shanker and Milestone wide. Foreign Press and Impervious poised right behind that lead trio. Mashadi Extreme the widest runner, then Studio, followed at the head of the others by Earned a Bird. He's got work to do under the big weight, then Calypso Rocket. They're spread across the track where the leader was Boom Shaker. Foreign Press is trying hard. Impervious was blocked for a run. Then came Milestone. Foreign Press went straight by Boom Shaker. Impervious gets out now, but the bird might have flown. Calypso Rocket running on as well. Foreign Press, the leader, has a length margin and will win. Foreign Press too good. Calypso Rocket second. Impervious third. Not certain about fourth. Tinkerbella or Earned a Burn. Boom Shaker weakened out of it. Then came Studio, Mashadi, Extreme and Milestone last.
Foreign Press, number 11, puts up a length on the line ahead of Calypso Rocket. So that's been a good run by him, the visitor. And then we had Impervious third and then a gap away. Earned a Burn, he was back, running on strongly on the outside under the big weight, but has only managed fourth. So Foreign Press, she was coming through the back door. The Gold Coast and then Ipswich and then to the Big Smoke today. Handled beautifully by CJ Graham. She was in behind them in a little bit of an awkward spot. She jumped well. CJ wanted to hold a spot. It was a bit tight, but she got through inside horses turning into the straight and has gone on with it. I don't know that the third horse, Impervious, had a lot of luck in running. What we did know coming towards the home bend was that Emily Lang had a lapful on Impervious. Let's have a look at her. She's right behind Milestone and Emily's looking for a run, which is not there as yet. And then she comes back between horses and that gap closes as well. So obviously she should have finished a lot closer, Impervious, but take nothing away from the winner. The Chestnut filly by Invader has been too good for them.
Alrighty, thanks very much, Maxie. Let's have a look at the time. 58.38, home in 34.34 neat. So an excellent run, ride and training display. Good on you, Tone.
Yeah, thank you. Really nice little filly. Craig Rounsfell bought her and put a group in her, and then another group got in as well, and someone else sold out at a really cheap price. So it's a bunch of owners here who are having a thrill and didn't have to outlay a huge amount of money. So it's been a great job.
Obviously, she was a nice winner at Ipswich first up, and she did get into this race with 53.5.
Look, she's been a nice filly all the way along. She ran in the debutante at the Gold Coast down there on a really heavy ground, got sort of skittled at the start, a lot of interference. Tommy Berry rode her, and she ran on really well from well back in the field and put her out, brought her back. She won 800, which is not normally our style, but it was just the race the way it presented for us, and that race mapped beautifully into this, and CJ got on her to get into that race. She stuck with her, rides her a lot of work, and rode it beautiful today. Got into a lovely spot just behind a nice speed. She was, out of my three in the race, she was the one that was always going to handle the ground. She's by Invader. She loved the wet.
Well, Impervious was still very good.
Impervious was great. She was first up and probably just peaked on the ground late. She was really good in the other filly. Just didn't let it go off the bridle. Just the ground's too wet for her. Back on a good track, and you can follow Boom Shanker.
All right, well done, Tone.
Thank you.
There he is, winning trainer Tony Gollan. We will grab CJ for a quick chat, although I think she's still out on the track. Must have taken a little bit of time to pull up. But, yeah, you did see that head on. Impervious just didn't have a lot of space to take that run, and by the time that run did eventuate, the bird had flown. This girl was off and gone. Foreign Press. Here we go. So Foreign Press in the maroon cap, the favourite outside her. Impervious in that gold cap, navy colours, just nowhere to go there. Oh, gets disappointed for the run. And we're talking now, we're heading towards the 150. The bird's really flown when you're talking of a 1,000-metre race, but gets out and she gets home nicely. And also, as Maxie mentioned, a great display by the debutante from the Mark Quinn stable. Calypso Rocket looked great in the yard and will only be better for the run. So we will keep an eye out for Calypso Rocket next time he turns up at the races for sure. And obviously it was the right move taking on a metro race with that debutant at its first start. But it's all about foreign press here. CJ Graham and Tony Gollan. She's got a lovely pedigree, being by Invader out of a Written Tycoon mare. And that is only start number 3 here today, win number 2. So she's done an excellent job, as has done CJ, another fantastic season, not long finished, where she was very competitive and she had some big wins along the way as well. And nice to see her keeping her head in the Gollan stable here. Well done.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be given opportunities like these, and was able to win on her first start, or her second start, back this prep. And it's nice to be able to stick with her and get the city win on the board. I was really confident and excited to see her at the 1,000 metres today, but I was a little bit worried when I struck the front so soon. She was a little bit lost, but really drew away from them a fantastic win.
And Eagle Farm's, I think, particularly daunting for the babies when they hit the front with that big screen as well.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I've ridden her a lot track work. She certainly took a lot of improvement and confidence from that first win, so it was nice that she had that experience coming into today, and I don't see why she can't go on with things. And yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to my manager Glenn. He's doing a fantastic job, and it's I'm just very grateful to be a part of the team.
And you're going to pay him this month?
Definitely.
Well done. Of course, she pays him every month. All right. 11, 6, 3 and...
Ready to jump. Race 7 at Eagle Farm. Red light on. Racing. Sailor's Secret and Bullion Boy, the two big guns of the market, began well, and Amur came out strongly as well. Super Duck now revving up, and Flying Crazy's there as well, so they'll sort themselves out. Going up to the inside, Toes on the Nose, then Chrysaor, Flashar, and Encoder settles in last position. Amur's in the lead roll today from Super Duck on the outside as they go to the back bend with 1,000 to go. Flying Crazy third, and Bullion Boy, he's racing fourth, one away from the rail, in a good spot. A length and a half away, Toes on the Nose, fifth inside of Sailor's Secret. He's back midfield today, one off the rail, two to Chrysaor, one Encoder and one Flashar who whips them in. On the side of the course, 700 from the judge, Amur controls up front today, leads Super Duck by 3/4. Flying Crazy third, and Bullion Boy, he's in that good position, fourth the outside, basically trailing one out and one back. Sailor's Secret will stalk him into the race, then Toes on the Nose, Chrysaor spots them 6 lengths, two behind him Encoder and Flashar. In the home straight now with 400 left to Rana, and Amur had a bit of a kick in the early part of the straight, led the way from Super Duck, Bullion Boy getting about his business on the outside, coming after Amur, and Sailor's Secret still 2 lengths behind him. Amur's in front, going strongly currently. Bullion Boy's got the task to try and run him down. Amur's in front. Bullion Boy slowly but surely picking up the margin. Amur's still the leader. Bullion Boy's not going to get there, and Amur all the way beat Bullion Boy. Third over the line was Super Duck, Flying Crazy fourth, then Sailor's Secret in Coda. Well back was Toes on the Nose with Flashar, and Chrysaor last home.
6, 9, 8 and 5. Amur very, very strong in front under Ben Thompson, has lasted. Bullion Boy was given every chance there by CJ Graham, and he tried really hard, in particular over the last 100 metres, but he just couldn't reel him in, but gaining ground on Amur. And then Super Duck hangs around for third, and Flying Crazy, who was nice and handy today, will take fourth. So, an ex-Godolphin runner here, a gelding by Schnitzel. That's his 5th win at start number 17. And he wins third up today for his New Connections, ridden by Ben Thompson, trained by Tony Gollan. Bullion Boy really getting to him late there, and has only just missed out, and they were sort of 3 lengths by the looks of it in front of the third horse there in Super Duck. They're having a little bit of luck, the Connections of this guy here, Amur. What is it? The Executive Race Club, a stack of owners, but those colours got that protest, and rightly so too, in the last race at Doomben on Wednesday, so it's happy days for them.
Alrighty, that was a brilliant win by Amur. We're going to have a chat to winning trainer Tony Gollan. Tony, looks like Amur just took charge today.
Yeah, he did. He's a funny horse. I don't think he really has a pattern. We've only had him for 3 runs, and what I liked about him today was he's obviously third up. He was really fit. He paraded a bit fat for me his first run, and then I thought the other day he paraded really well, and he just found the ground a little bit too wet for his likings at Doomben. today I thought with Ben, just let him be wherever he wanted to be. I thought he might be second pair, but he just jumped so quick and put himself into the race. He's been feeling great at home. He dropped 6 kilos on what he carried, and when he had that full head of steam, that momentum coming up off the corner, I knew it would take a good one to get past him.
I mean, he just looked so happy with himself down the back straight, out in front, and he was taking no talking around of not being there either.
Yeah, look, he just wants to please you, I think, this horse. He's jumping and putting himself on the bridle straight away in his races, so who are we to take that out of him and drag him back? I don't think that's his go at all, so that trip suits him. He's looking a nice horse up here in Queensland. He got a lightweight in this Open, and he can creep up through his grades quite nicely.
Yeah, I mean, 34.41 is pretty neat on this track today.
Yeah, this sort of track and trip really suits him, and I think he's a good, solid on-pace horse. Now he's fit, and we can play around. I think this is the right time of the year, and I don't think we've seen the last of him in this prep.
I think you're right, Tony. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, our leading trainer, Tony Gollan. Amur, another good ex-Godolphin horse, obviously beautifully placed here in Queensland. Unlike the others, it did take him a couple of starts to find that winner's stall, but as Tony said, he was a bit fat, and he is a very chunky sort of monkey to look at. He's very roly-poly. Even still, through the barrel and hind quarter, you can see he does hold a good bit of condition, but much fitter here today. Obviously, Ben Thompson, just rated him nicely once he got there. He wasn't going to be talked into not leading, the horse that is, and Ben just had to work with him, which he did beautifully here today. So he'll just weigh in now, and we'll have a quick chat with him. 123.73 the total there, and as I said, home in 34.41. So it was always going to be hard for Bullion Boy to run this horse down. There was only about 2 kilos splitting them as well. So well done, and interesting to see this horse in front here today, and loving it, and was having no talking out of it.
No, 100%, Bernie. It completely opposite the plan we had in mind. We're hopeful after scratchings in a race that it looked to be looted by tempo. Third, fourth would have been great, but he jumped good. He enjoyed himself, and opposition were happy to let me go. So I felt to have the first half of the race very easy. That just before the 600, with a 6 kilo drop in weight on an extremely fit horse in his backyard, I was happy to say race on, and he beat a good field.
Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
Attendants might be in with one there in centre field. I noticed one of the barrier attendants just coming out of the back there now. There's the light. All set. Racing. Larrikin Rogue was slowly away. One of the first to go was Gospel Girl. She began brilliantly. Tijuana two-step fast away. Powerbow right up there early, then Electric Arrow. Fighting Idol fifth soon after the jump, then Single Touch and Zelgaria caught 3 wide as they drove into the first bend. Then Lion Class Bravely, about to explode, is in the 3 wide line with cover with Larrikin Rogue and Duchess Bree, the last pair. They're tightly bunched, 700 left to Rana. Gospel Girl leads Tijuana two-step. Powerbow trailing well in third on the rail. In the centre was Electric Arrow. Single Touch 3 wide. 4 deep Zelgaria about to explode, coiled up right behind them. Then came Fighting Idol. Well back was Lion Class Bravely. And the last pair, Duchess Bree and Larrikin Rogue, who'll search for inside runs and get them. In the straight though now with 300 left to Rana. Gospel Girl tried to kick away and did so from Tijuana two-step. Powerbow immediately under pressure. Larrikin Rogue running onto the inside and about to explode is coming down the outside. Gospel Girl in front. There's a swarm of challenges, but she's got a good lead. 100 left to run. Gospel Girl in front. Larrikin Rogue out of the rucks, the pursuer. Gospel Girl in front. That's 4 for Gollan. Gospel Girl beat home Larrikin Rogue. Third over the line was Zelgaria, I think, from Fighting Idol. Wider about to explode. It just peaked late then. Powerbow, followed by Electric Arrow, Lion Class, Tijuana two-step, Single Touch, Duchess Bree, and Bravely is last.
So Gospel Girl, $2.80, $1.40. Too good from the front today. And she gets her win. Third up today from Larrikin Rogue, who was good coming from back towards the inside part of the track. Zelgaria. The other one there, about to explode, has gone quite well. First up, but Emily Lang getting Gospel Girl home for Tony Gollan, who's had a terrific day with a 4-timer. Couple behind the saddle, and she's well clear at this point. as Larrikin Rogue tries valiantly near the inside. Then there's a group of them, Zelgaria, and on the extreme outside, About to Explode. So there are the placings, 16, 17, 4 and 7. Bernie, it's a big day for Brisbane's leading stable.
Done here. But it was fine all day till we changed the battery. All right, Tony Gollan, there is 4. Ooh, what a good start to this season, that's for sure. Well done, Gospel Girl.
Yeah, we only got a couple of days for the off-season, so we had to step into gear straight away, and the stable's doing a great job. She was good. I thought she was probably my best chance coming here today. She loves this sort of ground. Nice lightweight. She always mapped to get on top of the speed, and once Emily started quickening things up before the corner, you got to have momentum on this track building into this straight, and she didn't win by a big margin late, but I never thought she was going to get beat in the running.
No, she never looked like getting beat, and she paraded magnificently today.
Yeah, she looks fantastic. She's come out of 2 really good form races, and she's a round girl. It takes a couple of runs to really get fit, but she looked beautiful today at the races. And these significant weight drops, and these kids are riding these horses are riding so well. So Emily did a great job on her, and like it's epaulet in the wet. They love the ground, and great for Blake and his team. They don't pay a lot of money for these horses, yearlings, and I don't know how many city winners we win for this mob. So they do a great job, and we love training their horses.
Well, let's not forget about Boots, who won on Wednesday.
Correct, Bern. You had one winning these colours on Wednesday. So Blake Armstrong and his team, they do a really, really good job, and we love when their horses come into the yard. And this filly, I said to them, this prep, I think this is the right time of the year for her to win a couple of Saturday races. Yep. So I'm so glad she's done it.
Yeah. Excellent effort. Enjoy the 4 wins today. And what else are you going to win with?
I've got Simbu and Arisphere in the last, so who knows? Hopefully we're not finished yet.
All right, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, there he is, Tony Gollan. That's 4, and 5 is certainly not out of the question. Now let's have a look at the time here. 1:11.82 home in a slick 34.45, and that's about as good as you get here today, mid-34s. And she won by a length in the end. So let's have we'll let Emily weigh in first, and then we'll have a chat with her. That's obviously a double already for Emily. Of course, Ange is currently suspended, I think, so we're not seeing Ange this weekend. Won't be long, and she'll be back. But this lady, as Tony alluded to, had put the writing on the wall. 2 good runs this campaign. I liked his sort of definition. He described her as round.
No, she was
sort of polite way.
No, she is a fairly solid girl, but she looked unreal today in the yard. Even in her behaviour, going onto the track and whatnot, she was really switched on the job today, and sort of bounced and just thought I'd just take it up myself. She travelled really well in the run, and the feeling that she gave me coming into the straight, it felt like she really sort of got underneath herself and let down. So it was, she's a nice horse.
Exactly how it looks. She just loved the momentum, and she made the most of it.
Definitely.
Well done.
Thanks, Bernie.
There she is, Emily Lang, another winner on the board. 16, 17, 4 and 7.
All in. There's the light. Ready. Set to break. Racing Brisbane. Pareto made a mess of the start, came out last. Fast to go, Flaming Conquest. Shot of Whiskey and Arisphere of Godspeed, and Bamaria's right up there as well. Ticker Ready about 5th away. They're followed by Simbu. Belagado a touch worse in midfield, 3 wide. Pareto trying to follow it forward. Then introducing an Emperor's last. Down towards the 600 metres. Flaming Conquest leads from Bamaria, leads it by a head. Arisphere and Shot of Whiskey. They're both getting good runs in 3rd and 4th, following the leading pair. Belagado, 5th of the turn, about 5 off the lead, then Pareto, followed by Tiggeretti. Simbu was a long way back, then Emperor introducing. Flaming Conquest to the rail led the way from Bamaria. Shot of Whiskey, Arisphere. Belagado is now rallying to the task. Here comes the favourite. Oh, he's thundering up the centre of the track. He's looking pretty good. Flaming Conquest, the roughing in front, not for long. Belagado sailed by it. Simbu runs on, but Belagado too good. Belagado 1 beats Simbu, Flaming Conquest and Pareto. Then Arisphere, Bamaria, followed by Emperor. Shot of Whiskey introducing, and Tiggeretti last over the line.
Yeah, he's pretty good, this fellow, and he deserved to get another victory. He's just so honest. Belagado, trained by Liam Birchley, ridden by Jag Guthman-Chester. Jag's been on him all the starts, his preparation. He gets on so well with him. things didn't look that good through the first 100, but there was a bit of trouble. Introducing got spat out the back. He drew gate 1, and when that happened, Jag was able to manoeuvre inwards and got into the running line, and that's where he needed to be. And then he's waited and come out at the top of the straight. He let him go through his gears. The leaders had gone really quickly there, and there was a big chance they were going to come back to him. Put a couple behind the saddle at about the 200 metres mark, and he can really fine malign this guy, and he's moved on to score a good win. Flaming Conquest just fading a little bit later. Simbu picks her up right on the line, so 3-5-4, and number 14 Pareto missed the kick. He's had to come from last. He had to circle the globe, so a big tick goes next to his name. But I think, Bernie, the right result. He's got a lot of talent. He's only just turned 4, but perhaps the best is yet to come with this guy.
All righty, an excellent job by the favourite here in the last. Let's have a chat now to winning trainer Liam Birchley, doing an outstanding job with Balagato. All righty, let's have a chat with Liam. Well done, Liam, and he's flying, this guy.
He's going great. He had a couple of situations where he drew a bit wide and maybe didn't get the luck in running that he needed, but he's done a good job today. I thought he won with a bit of authority under a good weight. And
he certainly did, and I mean, it looked a little tricky when he loaded into that barrier 10, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, like the start here at the Eagle Farm's not the best, and
I think the fact that Jag knows him and he wasn't going to panic.
100% right. Like, it's more important that you have a rider that knows this horse than just a rider on it. So he's done a good job. He may have been a bit below par last start, but he sort of definitely learned from that.
I mean, his run in the Mick Dittman was fantastic. He won the Derby McCarthy. What are you going to do with him now?
I might take him for a little trip.
Thought you might.
Yeah. Just there's a race in Melbourne in a couple of weeks I might have a look at, and just as a test to see where we go from there. It's a little bit off peak at the moment, in between things, so it might be a good opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a time of year where you like to strike often and have done with a lot of success.
Very good student of form there, Bernie. Yes.
You get the early spring.
That's right. It's very good hunting ground sometimes.
Good on you, Liam. Enjoy the win.
Thanks, Bernie.
All right, there is Liam Birchley doing a magnificent job with Balagato. He's such a neat little racehorse, this guy. We'll have a chat with Jag. He'll weigh in. It's been a really cold day here for Queenslanders. We're not used to cold days like you Southerners. And it's been quite the battle, but what we have managed to do is dodge a lot of rain that's gone right around the tracks here today. Tony Gollins had 4, a couple of the jocks had doubles, I think Ben maybe in Emily rather. And let's have a chat to the man with the gold saddle, Jag Guthman-Chester, on Balagato. And well done, it was a beautiful ride, and I guess just given you're so familiar with this horse, you could really tell watching the ride.
Yeah, he never works out that well from the outside barrier, but I obviously know this horse quite well, and he definitely needs to sort of just be able to relax. And the longer you can have him on the bridle, the better he is. And today, with that hot tempo, being able to get cover just allowed him to really switch off mid-race, which was, I think, the key today. And when I asked him, he travelled into the race really nice, and second horse made a race of it, but I always knew that we were going to be strong at the finish.
I love how you let him build that momentum. I mean, he's not a very big horse, so he's really got those legs burning around, doesn't he? And you really let him build that momentum before you went for the stick as well.
Yeah, and he actually, if you allow him, he'll use that very early. He wants to sort of get on with things, but when you can manage him and bring him back to you, he's got a nice turn of foot on him.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, there is Jag Guthman-Chester, and hot favourite home in the last, Balagato for Liam Birchley there, and Jag Guthman-Chester 3, 5, 4 and 14, 34.5 need. As I said earlier, that's the going speedy rate here for final 600 today, and a total of 58.19. So that's it for Eagle Farm Racing here today.